My name is Stephen. I'm an orthopedic surgeon, and many people who go into medicine are interested in doing volunteer work. How about doing volunteer work, particularly as you progress down the medical pathway, which is a long, long pathway, is that you run out of time, and people go in with the best of intentions, and then they've got jobs and families and commitments, and they're on call, etc. So my idea is, I'm not sure the technology is there yet, but what I'm hoping is to have a link available where you could volunteer, say 2 hours on a Sunday, and a hospital somewhere in the world is looking for an ophthalmologist or an orthopedic surgeon, and they log on and they have a patient. And you are sitting there at your terminal in Oslo or New York or San Francisco during your 2 hours, and whoever's on the other end can present the patient to you. Clearly there needs to be at least some minimal means of communication. I mean, probably visual. It could be simply text, and that would be the most basic format. But visual would clearly be better, because then you can see x-rays and you can see some physical exam findings. I mean, if there's dermatologic findings, at least you get an idea, vaguely, depending on your pixel density, what it is that you're looking at. That's basically it. And I have no doubt that this is happening. Yeah. Really the truth on it, I mean, my contribution to this whole process is simply to provide a forum for people to volunteer during for a few discrete hours at their convenience and be available. And conceivably, if you were to get involved, say, with a hospital over and over again, Tanzania keeps contacting you, you have a relationship with those people, so that when you do finally show up, you already sort of know each other. Oh, whatever happened to that patient, assuming that there's any follow-up. So I'm not quite sure if the technology is there yet. Anybody's thoughts? That'd be interesting.
Are you mentioning it's virtual assistance or actual knowing who needs help and flying there?
No, virtual. You're sitting at your desk.
So what I'm thinking is, in addition to just general volunteering, whenever we have a need, like with FEMA response, it would be amazing to have a stronger doctor interaction. And they would just have standard government contracts already awarded, and they're up and running as soon as there's a need for them.
That would be cool. I mean, that's disaster response, and that's a whole other discussion, because in a disaster environment, everything goes down, and your first issue is always information: who's where, getting your patient to a hospital. Is the hospital functioning? What doctors do they have on staff? And there were issues with Katrina when people went down of like, oh, I don't really have a medical license for Louisiana or Texas. Am I going to be able to do my thing here? So it's you kind of circumvent that when you talk about international health and issues, because you don't need a license. But yeah, that.
If the American Red Cross had these terminals set up too, and part of it you could walk up to a terminal and
Did they?
assistance. I didn't see that when I was down there. There wasn't that quick medical assistance. It was massive triage, right? But if they had their mobile units and they had these things people could walk up to for terminals, just like they do the job search here, you see. Because
then you could have a lower level provider who can enact directions from someone who has more insight into your issue. So you've got an orthopedic surgeon, and on the other end you've got a medical student or some rapid response type person. And the orthopedic surgeon goes, that'll be okay, just put a splint on that, don't let them walk on it, and as long as they follow up in the next 2-3 weeks, they'll be okay. Or, oh my God, this person's going to lose their leg, if not their life, if something doesn't happen quickly. Here's where we're going to start. Reduce the fracture, wash it out with whatever you got, and then find that person, higher level medical services.
Well, that's a fantastic idea. It's an inevitable idea.
Yeah.
And it's got Clinton issues written all over it. I mean, I don't know how you I'm sure right now should bear the connection. It has to be a visual connection, it sounds like. It'd be probably helpful, well, it could even be just a digital photo connection back and forth. I think there's a huge pent-up need. There's a lot of doctors who would like to go to areas of need in the third world. That's a lot of friends of mine, that's one of their dreams, is to escape the cushy hospitals here and go to the third world and actually do something really hands-on.
Right, but the idea is this would sort of jumpstart
Well,
that,
plus a lot of these
that
people-
process that you would already have a connection to a
That's
hospital
right.
somewhere.
And it's great, because it allows also people who don't have the ability to do that for whatever reason, but to actually participate at some level in interfacing with the third world where people will really, really appreciate. So even what you just said, like, the idea, you know what, a splint is gonna be okay, that'll do it. That helps everybody calm down, helps the low-level provider feel like he's gonna be okay, and the person feels safe, they listen to, so it's sweet, and wonderful, and I would not stop ever finding whoever's doing it now, or just really do some market research, and just who is doing something, even if you got the phone, look, I like what you guys are doing, I want to partner with you, or, you know what I mean? Because you have the passion for it, and I don't know where it exists. It doesn't matter whether you do it, the bottom line is that it gets done, when it's already happening, and you find those people.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's inevitable, but now all of a sudden in my life I've got some time.
Oh, well, good, then,
I'm
yeah,
training, so
awesome.
any other thoughts?
Funding, in terms of a revenue model, how would that work?
Oh, I assume that you guys are all gonna make, many billions of dollars and you'll feel like giving back some, because it's something that works within the sphere of tech. There's lots of money in tech, and hopefully people within the tech world would be interested. Beyond that, perhaps it could have a monetized arm that, a town or a city or a municipality or something, some aggregation of people or an entity could purchase, this form of disaster relief assistance that anybody anywhere in the world can immediately log onto your phone and, can say, look, here's my leg, I want an orthopedic surgeon to consult on this. And, assuming that could and will and is happening also. But just traditional people wanting to give a bit of money, give a bit of time, wiki type of activities.
So like a non-profit model?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
For sure, gotcha.
I think it's a great idea.
Fantastic.
I do too, yeah.
We're excited.
Go do it. We're supposed to help me, go pitch this to people that have money.
Yeah.
I'll help you.
Okay.
One of the things is I missed the initial, what I can gather, you probably need a good group of doctors that can do, because one of the things is people just come to start expecting that this, and then someone's not there, they call, or that's.
So the idea is that you're an ophthalmologist and you're in Oslo. And you've got 2 hours on Sunday that you're willing to give. There's a grid, a matrix of ophthalmology slots, and we've got those 2 hours on Sunday available, and you click and you say, I'm going to be at my desk on call for those 2 hours, and somebody else in Moscow or in New York gives their 2 hours on a Sunday, and click, that block is then filled. So wherever these other ends, the patient end of the portal exists, they go, well, we're going to run our ophthalmology clinic, from the hours of 6 to 10, every week, and we're going to establish this clinic, we're going to have hundreds of kids come through, and, then the other end of it is, let's say you identify a kid with strabismus, crossed eyes, and you know that they need surgery, then you, the surgeon in New York, can say, that kid's going to need surgery, I'm going to plan a trip, let's start collecting kids now so that the triage phase of this is done, because normally when you show up, they'll set out calls for anybody who has got children with eye disease, bring them in, and then for a week they'll be doing triage, then they'll winnow it down, the surgeons come in, they'll also do triage for a couple of days, then they'll do surgery for a couple of days, and then follow up for a couple of days.
Just two things maybe to think about would be, there's a difference in medical training, I guess. We're talking about across the globe. So like board certified here may not be the same as board certified, there. And so how would you vet the doctors that would join the program? And then the other thing is, I mean, my understanding, I know one doctor. She's notoriously tech unsavvy and very far behind in like.
It's gotta be like Skype.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It's gotta be
It has to be
Skype.
super easy. We
Really
want to get
Skype.
people that are comfortable.
Thank you.
Thanks.